Okay, guys, well, welcome to our January end of the month rally call. This is the last month before conference, and I see that Angie, like I just said, Angie is coming to conference. I'm so excited. That is such a game changer. Put in the chat if you're coming to conference. Put in the chat a 1 if you're coming to conference. Put a 2 if you're thinking about it. I want to know who's thinking about coming, guys. Conference is such a big dang deal. You might be thinking, is it worth it for me to travel and get away from my family? Guys, it is. I'm going to be very honest. There are times where I'm like, no, be with your family. This is one of those times where I'm like, hey, invest in your business and invest in you, right? I see Rachel's head nodding, right? Anybody who's been to a conference knows, like, this is the time that you say yes. You have to be there, like she just said. We will have well over 1,500 people from all over the country at Bravenly. This will be our largest conference yet. Last year, we had 400 people at conference. 400 people. We have almost tripled that, or a little over tripled that this year. Guys, that is indicators of significant growth in a company that is 48 months old. That is huge. So you're going to remember, mark my words, I'll never forget this. My 12 years of doing this, I went to my first conference, and it happened to be in Dallas, Texas with my former company. And I walked in and I thought, oh my gosh, this is so big. But then I woke up 10 years later, and that first conference was like, I think a little over 1,000 people. Then 10 years later, I got to that next conference. I was on stage at MGM Grand Arena training, and there were 14,000 people. The day before I stood on that stage, do you know who performed on that stage? Justin Timberlake. I'm just saying. I like walked on his stage, okay? But guys, you will look up and go, holy smokes, I remember when conference was small, and look at what it's gotten to, right? You're going to walk away on fire for your business, and on fire and passion to share Bravenly, because you're going to feel the heart of the company. You're going to get to rub elbows with some of the top leaders and Aspen and the founding family. You're going to connect with our team. You are going to walk away feeling emboldened to take action. And it's not just, oh, I'm going to learn new action items. Guys, I'm telling you right now, you know what to do. Our team knows what to do. We have a system. We have a secret sauce. We got that. But what shifts at conference is what you feel here. And when you feel something different here, it changes your actions. Mark my words 1,000%. It will change your actions. And when you put out a different energy, when you're saying things in a different tone, when you're acting more bold because you believe it, people will be attracted to you differently. The responses back will be different. You're also going to probably put more out there because you feel more bold and more passion. And so more is going to say yes to you. Mark my words, convention can change everything. I'll never forget the first time I went to convention. And I said to myself, oh my gosh, I was watching these people walk across the stage. And I said, oh man, I'm walking across next year at that rank. Next year I did it. That following year, my husband and I walked across the stage as the highest rank. It's a way to envision a different life for yourself and for your business and for your kids. So I really, really, really want you guys to be there if you can be there. And guys, if you're worried about hotel rooms or whatnot, hey, we have a whole team. Somebody, you can partner with somebody. We can bunk you somewhere. We can add some sleeping bags or something. We can get you a room, okay? So don't worry about the logistics. We want to get you there. When is the last day to get a ticket? You know, Brittany, that's a great question. I feel like you can get it until they sell out or the last day. So I say the sooner the better, because I know we have a few spots left. Okay? So that's my little preachy preach on convention. I've got some notes here on my phone, so I'm going to be looking at this, guys. But I want to talk about the end of the month. I want to talk about the magic of the end of the month, right? Raise your hand if you've had a month, if you've been in this industry for a little while. Raise your hand if you've had a month where the last 2 or 3 days you see this huge gap of where you are versus where you want to be. And you're like, how am I going to do it? It's not even possible, but I'm going to push myself. I'm going to go for it. Raise your hand if you've seen mountains moved the last 2 to 3 days. I see hand. Guys, whether you are brand new and you don't have a team to help get you over that finish line, you can do it on your own. Trust me, I promise you, you can. I've seen it time and time again. A gusto, a fire can be built inside of you. And you can do huge things in the last 3 days of the month. And if you've got a team and you rally them together, mountains can be moved. In fact, I have seen teams with one brand partner, and then I've also seen teams with 20 or more brand partners, all various sizes, triple their volume in the last 48 hours. That's the power of the end of the month, guys. That's the power of the end of the month. And so I want to talk about the end of the month and what you should expect when you're putting in the work. I was talking with Garrett McGraw today. He's our upline. Love that guy. Raise your hand if you know who Garrett is. He is an incredible mentor of mine. He has been traveling over in Ireland. His mother just turned 94 years of age. So he was over there. And I hadn't gotten to speak with him in nearly 2.5 weeks. And we almost talk every day. And I was just like, man, I'm really missing you. Like he fueled me. He gives me so much excitement. And we were talking today and he's like, how's the team? And I said, you know what, Garrett? I have to say that my team is showing up. I say, I couldn't ask a single thing more of the team. I see you guys using these systems. I see you guys plugging into our opportunity Zooms. I see who's using the sip and socials. I see, people leading. I see people in conversation. I see the three-way chats. I see the activity. So I want to talk about something today. I want to talk about lagging results versus leading results. Okay, lagging results versus leading results. Lagging results are the output of the energy you do. Lagging results, just by the definition of the word, they tend to lag. They tend to lag. In this business, the work you do shows up 90 to 120 days later. Those are the lagging results. The lagging results. I'm going to give you some examples. They are rank advancements is a lagging result. Total rank volume is a lagging result. Paychecks are a lagging result. They're the outcome of what you do, okay? And you don't control them directly. Okay, now let's talk about leading results. Leading results are the conversations you're in, are the invites that you're doing, the follow-ups. It's the activity, it's the input that you're putting into your business. The leading results, the leading key indicators are the number of people on your team that are plugging into systems. You can measure these leading indicators, the number of people that are inviting on your team, the number of conversations that you're in, the number of three-way chats that you're in, right? The number of new brand partners, that is a leading key indicator. A leading result is recruitment. Guys, I'll tell you something really exciting. We have officially, as of today, we have officially crossed our highest recruitment month in the history of this team. A number of brand partners, we have hit the highest brand partner enrollment rate ever since this team has begun. We have hit 152 new brand partners as of today. That's insane, you guys. That is brand partners. I'm not talking about customers. I don't even know what customer. That's crazy. But guys, we have hit the biggest recruitment number. And do you want to know what I told Garrett today? I said, it's unreal because you can see the people that are using the opportunity Zooms, the people that are using host to post, the people that are using three-way calls, the people are using the VIP lounge. I can see from my overview who is plugging in and who's doing it. Those enrollments are happening on those teams. And we as a team are getting this leading key indicator that it's working. Mwah! Chef's kiss, it's working. But let's just call an ace an ace and let's talk about it for a second. Maybe your volume isn't where you want your volume to be this month. Let's talk about that, right? We're going to talk truth here today. Some of us are higher, some of us are at the same, and some of us are lower. But what happened last month? Last month we had Cyber Monday kick us off. in the month of December. We had 12 days of Christmas. We had a product launch, and we had 2 extravaganzas the month of December. Guys, we were sales on sales, excitement on excitement, end of the month push. We were all pushing as a company to hit 50 million. So you might have gone backwards just a little bit in your volume this month. If you track your volume, which I suggest you do, if you don't, go ahead and start. I created a spreadsheet where I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down to 31, and then the months across the top, and I track my volume every day for the month so I can look at various days. Compare your volume to November for a better comparison. Don't look at December. December was a little bit of an outlier. But here's the deal. What was I just teaching you guys? I was teaching you guys lagging key indicators, lagging results versus leading results. So you may think, holy smokes, Tara, you just had, as our team, we've had the highest enrollment rate ever as a team, but maybe our volume's a little down or my volume's a little down. What's going on with that? Guys, that is by definition kind of to be expected. When did we start the map to director? January. When did we start the opportunity Zooms? January. Right? We've been doing sip and social, so we've been plugging that in, but we needed time to do those activities, and we're seeing them work with those leading key indicators, the number of people plugging in, the number of enrollments. So what's going to happen to your business if you plug in the next 90 to 120 days? When is that? April and May. What you do today is going to show up in April and May. What's going to happen? Put it in the chat. What's going to happen to everybody's lagging key indicators, which is what? Paychecks, volume, rank. It's gonna boom. Exactly, Rowan. It's gonna boom. It's going to explode. Rachel just said it as well. That is exactly right. So if you are looking at things and you're like, gosh, I'm a little down. I thought I'd be up this month. You know, I've been doing all this work. I've been plugging in. I've been inviting, and it's not working. Stop saying that right now, because it is working. You can't look at the lagging key indicators and say, oh, my business is failing by looking at lagging key indicators. You've got to look at leading key indicators. And the leading key indicators on this team is proving 1,000% unequivocally it is working. Do not stray from the system. Do not stop from using our systems. What's our systems? Opportunity Zooms, virtual sip and socials, in-person sip and socials, and the VIP lounge page. Using those systems to then complete the director worksheet. Complete the director worksheet. Raise your hand or put a 1 in the chat. Let's do 1 in the chat if you've been working on your director worksheet. Be honest. Even if you've got 1 space filled out, you're working on it, right? Yes, yes. Just started. Great. I love that. Yes, guys, if you can stay focused on the plan, which we have a really solid plan, then I promise you the results that you want in your business, the lagging key indicators, the volume and the pay, y'all, it's going to come. It is going to come, but you've got to be plugging in. If you're sitting here going, gosh, I really haven't utilized the opportunity Zooms, or I haven't gotten people on it, or I really haven't been using the VIP lounge. Use this as a little conviction tonight. Use tonight's call as a little conviction on your heart to say, hey, I'm going to honor myself and show up and do a little bit more focus on that, because the people that are doing it, it's working. It's working. Do y'all have any questions over leading versus lagging key indicators? Any questions? Does that make sense to everybody? Nod your head if that's making sense. Does that make you feel a little bit better about, hey, I've been putting in this work, but maybe I'm not seeing it yet? Don't fret. It's coming. It's coming, right? So I want to talk about the last couple minutes here tonight. I want to talk about how to sprint to the finish line, right? I want you right now to set a clear target. Okay, so if you've got a pen or paper, whatever, I want you to set a clear target. What do you need to accomplish by the time the clock strikes midnight Eastern on the last day of the month? What is it that you need to accomplish? Maybe that's enrolling 1 more customer. Maybe that's reaching out to 10 more people and getting them on an opportunity Zoom this week, or our virtual sip and social. Maybe it's hitting a specific goal. I want you to write it down, make it clear. And if you're bold enough, which I really hope you are, put it in the chat right now. What is one thing you are not going to let slide before the end of the month? What is that? Share it in the chat. Let's hear it. What is one thing you're going to do? I'll share first. I have a couple of on the fencers. You know what I'm talking about? The on the fencers that are like, I'll get with you. I have about 5 of them. My must-have is to help 3 complete their order by the 31st. That's one of my must-haves. Rachel said, I'm not going to let my director status slide. I'm 1,069 away. Yes, ma'am. A couple orders, several orders. That's going to get you 30 invites to Thursday Sip and Share. Go, Rowan. I love it. Right? I'm going to close out my 1,000, but get to EBP. Yes, Ashley. Yes. I've got 3 BPs on the fence that I'm not letting wait another month. I love that, Brittany. I love these. I love these. Read these over here. Be so clear and so focused on that, right? And I want you to simplify and focus. Like I just said, don't overthink it. Focus on the income producing activities that you need to do. So something I'm going to introduce to the team starting next month is a calendar that I've been having my leaders, some of my upper level leaders, practice this month. And it's a calendar that can help you focus on key activities for your business. What are those key activities? I'm going to sound like a broken record here. Opportunity Zooms, virtual Sip and Socials, in-person Sip and Socials, VIP Lounge, host to post, 3-way chats, business conversations. Those 7 things, like if you just focused on 4 of those or 3 of those and said, I'm going to focus right here, that is how you move the needle. So whatever your goal is that you just wrote here, figure out one of the systems that I just listed, one of the 7, that you can plug into over the next 3 days and really focus on. Okay, don't overthink it, but utilize urgency by the end of the month. Guys, when I was building my business in my former company, I didn't really have an upline when I just got started who did much with me. It was kind of on my shoulders to figure it out. And I'm so grateful that I had that because I really got to learn a lot. And I got to figure out how I was going to teach my team. But some of those things I had to figure out ways as a business owner, because we're each business owners, how to create urgency in my sales. One of those things that I did was I would offer $5 off shipping. I'd be out of my pocket, be tax deductible, but I would say, hey, I'd love to cover your shipping, or I'd love to give $5 towards your shipping if you ordered by January 31st. Or hey, if you order by January 31st, I'll give you a sample pack, right? Or I'll give you whatever you may need to do to help that person say yes. Do it. It's worth it for your business. Create the urgency, create a deadline for your friend who's considering it that's going to help encourage them go, all right, okay, I'm going to do it. I've waited long enough, right? That's something I want you guys to be thinking on. What could you do for your business that would move the needle with urgency? And I want you to stay in the right mindset, guys. That's why I started with the lagging versus leading key indicators. You got to be in the right mindset. You've got to speak with confidence. You've got to believe it. You've got to be excited. You've got to be passionate. You're not just selling something. You're truly offering a better way of life. So if you stop just pushing your product, instead you push value, you push lifestyle, you push how you can enhance somebody's day or emotions or life, that is the difference when you're selling something, right? People don't just buy a product, they buy value. What value is your social media offering? What value are you offering when you're in conversations? That's going to shift everything in your business, okay? All right, I want to close just the last couple 5 minutes. I want you to take 15, 20 seconds, and I want you to think about your why. Why is it that you're doing this? We talk about this a lot. I actually talked about it on my Lunch and Learn training today that happens every Tuesday and Thursday, but we need to revisit our why, because sometimes before you know it, you've already achieved your why. And before you know it, you're operating and you're like, I'm just doing it because I don't know why. And you've got to figure that out again. Maybe it's shifted. Maybe some life circumstances happen. I want to hear why you are here with Bravenly. Why are you wanting to make income? And guys, I want you to think of your first answer. I want to make $500 so I can stay home with my kids. Dig one level deeper. What would it mean for you to make that 500 and stay home with your kids? What would change in your life for you to have that? Right? Brittany Nesbitt, I want to semi-retire from massages. Why? Why? If you were able to semi-retire from massages, what would that provide you and your family? That's your why. Your why's got to dig deep. I talk about it as like unraveling an onion, peeling back an onion. Okay, here's the onion. Here's your first layer. Great. We got to go deeper. Here's the next layer. Great. Let's go deeper. And let's get so rooted in the middle of that onion to your why that as you peel it back, you might cry. Okay. Your why should make you cry. But as you get so rooted in it, you become bulletproof. You know what I mean by that? You become bulletproof no matter what comes your way as an entrepreneur, no matter who says no, no matter how long the lagging key indicators take, you're still pushing through, you're hanging on to your why, you're doing what you need to do, but you're bulletproof. You know, man, I'm doing this because I know it's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's going to change my life. It's going to enhance me in X, Y, Z. You become rooted, right? Ashley, I never got to do vacations as a kid. And I want to give my kids those memories without risking losing our house. That's a great example. That actually almost made me kind of tear up there because I experienced that growing up as a kid as well. I can relate to that. Ashley, you should make a post about that. That's a great social media post. Expand on it and talk about that because I guarantee you, you're going to speak to somebody in your audience. This is another thing, another exercise you can do is you start peeling back your various reasons of why. It doesn't have to just be one reason, but as you peel back the layers of your why, which can be layered because we're humans, when you share that with your audience, they get to know who you are. They get to hear your voice and they can see themselves in your story. When people see themselves in your story, things shift and you start attracting the people that you want into your business. Does that make sense? Nod your head if that makes sense, right? Exactly, okay? Now, I want to tell you this. You're closer than you think. Raise your hand if you've ever seen the really old graphic of a guy in a cave who's got right behind this like sliver of dirt, there's a diamond, and it's this little old man, and he's got this pickaxe, and he's picking towards it, and he's almost there. He's almost there. He just can't see it. And he turns away and walks away because he couldn't see it. But he was that close. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? We need to find that. Amy Grimmett, I know you know what I'm talking about. We need to find that and send that into the chat. Guys, you are closer than you think to your goals. And I know this because of what I told Garrett today. I couldn't ask more of my team if I wanted to right now. You guys are doing the work. You're doing the work. And if you're doing the work, then you're close to the results. So I want to leave you guys with this. End strong. You're not just doing this for the sake of doing it. You've got your audience that's watching you. Trust me, there are people out there. You may think that people are out there judging you. Maybe so. I mean, let them. Who in here has heard of Mel Robbins' new book, Let Them, and the podcast? Ooh, I know Rachel Jones has. That is incredible. You need to listen to it, but let them if they're going to do it. But I can guarantee you that there's people out there that want to see you win. They're watching because they want to see you win. You might be the beacon of hope for somebody else to believe that they could win if they see you win. Your family is watching you and cheering you on. Your kids, your grandkids, your spouse, your besties, but also the person that looks back in the mirror is watching you. Do this for yourself. Honor yourself and end the month really strong. There may be something fun popping up on the last 2 days of the month that I think will be kind of exciting. So be watching for that, okay? But guys, dig in and move those mountains by the end of this month because I know you can do it. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Type it in the chat. Amen. We're going to do it. Right? All right, guys. I hope you guys have an incredible evening. We've got 3 full days of the month. Let's go make them count. Love you guys. Bye.